there were mentions of GTA5 DLC.
We think some of them may have indirectly come back to life.
Hey, my name's Nathan, this is the Future Game Show, and our very own Dan and JJ from GTA sleuthing podcast GTA6 have been having a look at some scrapped ideas for Grand Theft Auto 5 DLC, including a very unlikely 00 agent.
One thing that did pop up in that leak, though, is that there were files in the code that suggested other games and other pieces of content were being worked on at the time. Now, I assume Take-Two and Rockstar putting out takedown notices, but from the reporting that we did see was that mentioned in those things was a Bully 2 folder, which suggested that at some point Bully 2 was going to be, was in development.
And we also saw another leak, didn't we, around that quite recently, or another set of spilled
which
corroborating rumours.
I'd say you'd take it, it's probably come from the same source.
Yeah, possibly.
You'd think. There were a few more agent screenshots, Rockstar's ill-fated game that never came out, but there was a few things in there that...
announced at a Sony E3 conference, no less, by Jack Tretton, and never heard of again. So, he was very proud to announce that they'd be working exclusively with Rockstar for a release of Agent. There was an official 30 to 50 words of approved text.
Yeah, and a great logo, I will say.
Oh, and a logo in the background. And that was that. And it sounded really interesting and went away. Now, as we go in a bit deeper, the agent bit doesn't actually go away, but we'll come back to that now.
Yeah, because the big thing that's relevant to this video and this show is that there were mentions of GTA5 DLC or potential names for GTA5 DLC, which we know that when we were doing this GTA5 show was mentioned quite a lot in the run-up to the release of, after the release of 5, that, hey, single-player DLC, that's happening.
Oh, man. We talked about the single-player on the original GTA 5 10 years ago plus. We talked about the single-player DLC for about 3 to 5 years. Will it come? Where will it come? What was clear was it was never coming because of GTA Online.
Yeah.
Why would they ever sink that that, as we've just talked about, the extremely costly development time into making one new single player DLC when they could just make 3 shiny new cars or jetpacks for GTA Online, the money machine. So, the business won that round, and as a result we didn't get certainly not DLC in the way we've always known DLC, like a standalone expansion. But of the, I think it's 8 different packs that have been cited that we should probably list out loud, we think some of them may have indirectly come back to life.
Yeah, so there's a Kotaku article that says, according to an Inside Gaming report, Rockstar apparently scrapped 8 planned GTA 5 expansions. This was revealed by publishing the game's full source code around Christmas, which we've mentioned. Contains references to unreleased DLC, as well as the scripting for the game to run. The full list of cancelled expansions referred to in the leak are SP, which we are going to assume stands for single player, SP Assassination Pack, SP Manhunt Pack, SP Norman Pack, and then Agent Trevor, Relationship Pack, Enterprise Pack, Prologue DLC, and Liberty V DLC. Now, people have been very quick to jump on that last one to say, well, look, Liberty City at some point was going to be included in GTA 5 as a type of DLC. Maybe, maybe not. But I think the one that really caught your eye here, Dan, was the Agent Trevor one, because that is, again, something that we talked about way back when in the GTA 5
I feel like we did a GTA 5 episode or section on this going back even, 5 to 10 years ago or 8 to 10 years ago, and there was also another set of leaks that happened a long time ago about the existence of an Agent Trevor expansion and or standalone game, which felt so fanciful, no one could believe it. Now, it's interesting that almost a decade on, they're being corroborated. Now, the pitch for that was essentially Trevor, maniac, lovable maniac Trevor from GTA 5, utter, psychotic, violent head case, was going to play a debonair, like in his style, 007 style agent, performing, taking people out, going on missions, Now, and apparently there's some information from the leak where that DLC or whatever it was going to be was going to end with Trevor going into space.
I've seen some screenshots or like some suggestions that he gets a jetpack and starts flying around and that kind of thing as well.
Well, apparently it was literally going to end in space.
Right.
Some of the reports that he was going to go into a rocket, end up in space, which might have been leaning into the 007 thing, a kind of pastiche of Moonraker, and Trevor does Bond's greatest hits.
Yeah.
Which again would probably go back to the idea of what Agent was going to be, and that was like a Cold War era spy greatest hits. And I literally remember a former Rockstar employee, who I won't name obviously, telling me that the plan for Agent was that it would be like 007's greatest hits. And it would be like, I assume, the intro to all of the Bond films, but playable missions back to back to back. Sounds amazing.
It does.
Right?
I want that.
Absolutely. And with Trevor, even better. Because Trevor in a tuxedo doing those things would have been utterly brilliant. Now, since then, there's talk that maybe some of these things became other things, and this is plausible. So there's talk that Agent Trevor actually formed the foundations of the Doomsday heist. Now, I think we went to Rockstar to play that quite a long time ago now, but that is a very fantastical GTA Online expansion where you end up like you've got like you said, James, like a flying jetpack bike car thing. You're working for a sort of Elon Musk style dude. The stakes are the end of the world. It's very James Bond, Mission Impossible style. So I can believe that the guts of that maybe went into that, but Agent Trevor would have been about Trevor, and I think that would have been more interesting.
It definitely would have been funnier.
Yeah, it's totally funnier. Yeah, maybe less helpful for GTA Online, but definitely funnier. Like something I'd have been more into.
A big, almost psychopathic James Bond villain going around, doing loads of stuff. I mean, that would have been cool. There is talk of the prologue DLC being set in Northampton, which you can sort of see happening, but there wasn't a lot in Northampton going on, so they'd have to properly expand that town. And I can't put my finger on like the backstory of like, did everyone live in Northampton? Like, if they were going to do a prologue of how they got to doing all of that last mini heist, like why wouldn't you start somewhere else and have all of those kind of different places?
Northampton was the living embodiment of the environment with the bubble around it, like the Truman Show or something. It was just like clearly a fake stage environment. It didn't feel like a place I wanted to revisit. So there's talk of the prologue DLC being the Northampton expansion, and
then Liberty V, which you'd only assume relates to Liberty City in GTA 5, or a mission called Liberty, and they've just put a V at the end because that's GTA 5. But you never know. Or could have gone back anywhere. We're not going to know, or we might know if you did work on that and you want to send us an anonymous tip, then please do, and we will keep everything.
We can guarantee your safety. What's the code words you say? Is my safety guaranteed? Yeah. Well, to an extent, as long as there's no legal or bodyguard implications, yes, it is. So do let us know, because we'd be fascinated to find out. The community would love to know how far along Agent Trevor came. And the campaign to bring back Agent Trevor starts here.
So there you have it. If you enjoyed that clip, why not check out the full podcast over on the GTA 6 o'clock YouTube channel with a new episode at 6 PM GMT every Wednesday. We've dropped the links below, and we'll have clips and highlights from the show right here on the FGS channel too. Oh, I tell you, we're too good to you.